So there are rumors floating around that the Bengals have been fielding trade offers for Carlos Dunlap. I'll talk about those trade rumors next on the upcoming episode of New Stripe City. Welcome to New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for die-hard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and like this video. Comment, you guys already know what it is. So I want to talk about the latest rumor that I've been hearing. And if you haven't subscribed to my podcast with Zim Hude, Orange is the New Black, be sure to do that. But on that podcast, Zim talked about how he has heard that Carlos Dunlap has been the subject of a possible trade. So it seems as if there have been conversations surrounding Dunlap. I've also can confirm that one of my followers on Twitter, a Twitter account, said that they were talked to about the defensive end position, or he gave me a list of positions that they actually talked to. So I would do another video breaking down that. But I have heard from multiple sources, it seems like, that the Bengals have in fact talked to teams about Carlos Dunlap. Now, out of that, it seems as if Carlos Dunlap was let known that these investigations or these inquiries were being made on his behalf and that something could arise in that situation. I personally have not talked to anybody that I know that's close to the team, so I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure some of the sources that have come to me with this information may have some concrete info on this, especially Zim, right? I trust Zim because we have sources ourselves, so seems that he heard something similar to that. I'll check around more on this, but it seems like it's pretty much known that teams have inquired about him. The only thing is that it may be that the Bengals may be overvaluing, or teams feel like the Bengals are overvaluing Dunlap. So apparently the asking price for him is pretty high. From what I've heard, it seems like the Bengals have a high asking price for some of their players that teams have inquired about. So it doesn't seem like they're doing a fire sale, but it does seem like it could realistically happen potentially between now and Tuesday's deadline that Carlos Dunlap is at least being talked about. Now that doesn't guarantee that he will be traded, but the conversations are happening, and it seems that this is a legit possibility. So what do I think about it? Honestly, I don't know what to think, because I think that outside of Carlos Dunlap, you've kind of seen where this defensive line sits and what they are like without him. They're not the same defensive line. But at the same time, you do have a lot of guys out. You've got Carl Lawson hurt. You've got Sam Hubbard hurt. I just don't know if that's the right pick for this team to get better. Now, if they want to get rid of the money, which I've talked about before, cutting Carlos Dunlap doesn't really save you that much money. And trading him, you're going to have to compensate a team for some of that guaranteed money that he has. So not only are you trading him, you're also going to have to eat that money. And that may be a reason why Mike Brown isn't coming up off of him. But to be honest, it's not too surprising that teams have inquired about him. I could see someone like the Oakland Raiders or some teams out there inquiring about Dunlap services. I could definitely see that. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't think that he gets traded is my thought and my thinking behind it, but you never know. Like I said, I have not confirmed from anyone that the Bengals actually or any of the news floating around essentially. So I would say wait and see, but this is definitely, it seems like, credible, especially with them going to Carlos Dunlap from what I've heard and telling him that this could potentially happen, or his agent. So we'll have to see what happens there. Maybe they do facilitate a trade. Maybe it is something that comes to fruition, but we'll have to hold on and see. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should trade Dunlap? What do you think is fair compensation for Dunlap? Be sure to comment it in the comments, and as usual, I'll leave you with a who day all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.